Shalom Aleichem Rabotai, welcome and blessings everyone. I'm Rabbi Kaber bringing you ancient wisdom from Jewish scripture that you can use today. Please remember to like and subscribe. We are on the 12th page of Ketuvot. Ketuvot is all about marriage contracts, and the Gemara brings an amazing Mishnah that if a young man who was engaged to a young woman, if he goes and eats at his father-in-law's house, that means his wife's father's house, in Yehuda, the region of Judea, and there aren't any witnesses there to prove that he was not alone with her, then we assume he was alone with her, and then on the wedding night, he has no claim that she was a virgin because we assume that they were alone together and something a little more might have happened. Now, this sounds amazing and a little bit shocking in a society that does not condone premarital intimacy, a strongly religious society. So there's actually a Yerushalmi, the Jerusalem Talmud, explains why they did this. Now, we usually learn the Babylonian Talmud, the Talmud Bavli. It's a little more complete, it's a little more recent, but the Jerusalem Talmud explains that they allowed the engaged couple to be alone together as a response to what the Romans did. Now, the Romans had a tradition that Judah, the man, had killed their great-great-grandfather Esau. And as a revenge, when the Romans gained influence over Judea, over Israel, about 2,100 years ago, they made an evil decree that on the wedding night of a Jewish virgin, the Romans had the legal right, to go and kidnap her and violate her. It was a very terrible thing. And in response to this decree, we mentioned that they would often move the wedding night to avoid this. This happened not just with the Romans, but the Greeks also earlier in Jewish history, which one of the reasons that led to the Hanukkah revolution, the Hanukkah rebellion against Greek rule, was this custom, this law they had where the invaders would kidnap virgin brides and violate them. But during the Roman time, the response by the Jews was to allow the engaged man and woman to be alone together so they would be familiar with each other and they would be comfortable with each other. And then if, God forbid, the woman was abducted by Roman soldiers, she would remain loyal to her husband. She wouldn't, God forbid, do anything willingly with these foreign soldiers. She would be disgusted with them because she would already have a firm bond to her husband. So we see from here the importance of creating a strong bond in marriage, of spending time together. We don't mean merely for intimacy, though that is an important aspect of marriage, certainly, but we mean putting in the time, putting in the effort, and being there for the other person. And creating a firm foundation helps a couple to weather trauma and problems and stress that will inevitably come up. So we see from this amazing custom in Judea, which was a response to the evil decree of the Romans and also the Greeks earlier in history, that we can learn a lot about marriage through the methods that our ancient sages allowed to make sure there was a firm foundation for a marriage, despite the occupying pagans trying to make problems for marriages. Have a great day, gentlemen. Be well.